How do I feel about being the only one foreigner working in a pure Japanese environment? As a junior Gaijin in Japan, I've been living in Japan for 2 years, started working in Japan for 6 months, but I am working in an office where everyone is Japanese except me. You may wonder, how could you even survive in such kind of office with speaking the boroboro nihongo and just passed M1? The truth is, I survived and I passed my probation here. But how do I feel about working with 100% Japanese colleagues? So my bosses and my colleagues are all Japanese. I speak 100% Japanese with people in my office. Since here is kind of like a startup, so not so much hierarchy in this office. But get this, I speak English with my client because I'm in charge of overseas business. So now you understand why my boss can put up with my boroboro nihongo, huh? But being the only one foreigner and the only one person in the team, I am kind of special and kind of outstanding in this office. First of all, hard to blend in. And of course, language barrier is the main reason for this. I mean, the colleagues are very nice to me individually, but when my Japanese colleagues are doing the group chit-chatting and I don't understand a word because they talk so fast, it's pretty lonely. When they're having small talk and I cannot fit in, it makes me look incredibly alone. But on the other hand, even your Japanese is good enough, Japanese tend to consider the foreigners, especially if there's only one in the group, is not going to join any small talks in the office. So foreigners tend to be neglected unintentionally, which they don't mean it. And the worst of all, I leave office punctually. Don't get me wrong, I do feel guilty when leaving the office earlier than the others. Yeah, this is how Asian I am. But what I don't understand about my Japanese colleagues is when they leave the office punctually, they apologize. Every time they leave and my boss is still around, they'll be like, すいません、今日ちょっと用事があるんで、お先に失礼します。すいません。Why are you apologizing for something you didn't do wrong? Every time when I'm leaving the office, I'll be just like, お疲れ様です, which I think they might find me very rude. You might wonder how my Japanese colleagues treat me as a foreigner. First of all, to be honest, a bit distant, especially at the beginning when you just get into the office. But after several nomikai, it's getting much better now with most people. And during nomikai, you might be able to see some people acting so differently comparing in the office. But they're so nice and very eager to help when you're in trouble. If you come across such as, running out of printing paper, running out of toilet paper, don't hesitate to ask for help with your boroboro nihongo. However, even though they are nice, they won't initiate a chit-chatty conversation with me. Sometimes I find I'm the one who constantly go to them, but it's not the other way around. I always end my day by not talking to anyone with only greetings such as おはようございます。お疲れ様です. If you're also a foreigner in Japan, how's your working experience in Japan? Welcome to leave a comment below and お疲れ様です. How do I feel about being the only one foreigner working in a pure Japanese environment? Lonely, but free. I mean, look at the bright side. You'll be easily forgiven if you make any mistakes because they consider, ooh, she's a foreigner. Japanese are incredibly strict to local people when it comes to Japanese manners. You know what I'm talking about, right? The meishi kokan, ojiki, the keigo. They have a very strong word, shakaijin shikkaku. Disqualify being a member of the society if you don't follow the Japanese societal rules. Sometimes having a strong personal character in Japan is sort of not allowed. Harsh, isn't it? But if you are a foreigner, they are going to give you some slacks. I recall my Japanese boss gave our Japanese business partner a heads up about me being a foreigner. Just wanted to let you know that she is not Japanese, so her Japanese may be a little, And the business partner is like, foreigners? Okay. It is a relief, I must say, but it also made me look kind of stupid. A negative feeling about being the only one foreigner is loneliness. It is truly hard to avoid of being left out. I think this is one of the reasons I'm running YouTube, How do you feel about being the only one foreigner working in Japan? You know what I'm talking about. If you're going to work or find a job in Japan, here are my humble advices. If you don't want to be super outstanding in a group, then try to find a job where there are foreigners and more than one people in your team. Or Find a non-Japanese boss. Problem solved. If you don't want to be that left out, mimic the way that Japanese does. Respect their work culture. Don't be like, oh, because I'm a foreigner, I'm a Gaijin, so I don't care my Japanese colleagues think of me. I mean, you can stand out, but you don't want to be hated, right? And number 3 is, if you really want to break the ice, or even make friends in the workplace, usually speaking, you need to be courageous in starting a conversation with your Japanese colleagues. So, get this. Alcohol and cigarettes are a game changer. I am not encouraging you to do it, but if you happen to be a smoker, smoking room is the best spot for starting a decent conversation. I smoke IQOS. My best friend in my current workplace is a smoker as well. Oh, you smoke too? Sup? What are you smoking? For alcohol, you don't need me to explain how much drinking event helps on bonding with Japanese coworkers. Number 4, don't be too straightforward when conveying your opinion. This might scare the hell out of your Japanese coworkers and never talk to you again. When I was having an interview with my boss, I'd ask him like, what kind of person are you looking for this position? He stated that, the one don't disagree with me immediately. Because he knows foreigners are way more straightforward than Japanese when it comes to agree to disagree, which is very scary to them. I truly hope every foreigner who is going to work in Japan find your own pal in your office. Or join me for lunch if you like. My office is in...